It is early Sunday morning. All my animals have been fed and my neighbors aren't quite up yet, so I thought it would be a good opportunity to take a garden tour. For those of you that don't know, my husband Michael and I live on 4 acres on a hill in southwest Ohio. We raise ducks, chickens, and I have some peafowl eggs going in the incubator. We also have some Nigerian dwarf goats. I hear my neighbors, so I apologize for anything you're about to hear. So anyway, like I said, it's Sunday morning. I thought it was a good opportunity to go through our protege garden and show you what we have growing. So, I'll get this camera turned around and we'll get going. Okay, so we're starting out in a little area I have set up just for lounging. If you look around, and you'll have to excuse my mess, I've been down here working. We have some cleome over there, and it goes into some alsam and patio petunias, which are actually a scented petunia, and they grow upright, which is pretty cool. So, if you want to check them out, I got those from Baker Creek. And this is the area where I have my sweet passion muskmelon, which is actually an Ohio heirloom. It hasn't been doing well. I don't think it's anything other than it's planted in areas it's not getting enough sunlight. It's too shaded, but I've got some bachelor's buttons going there, a couple sunflowers, and then all these, because they're upright, the petunias are blocking out. So I'm going to actually replant them from seed. I have another area I'll show you. But I also have some peppers in here. I think these might be my pimento. I'm not sure. All my markers have disappeared. I mean, you can see some snapdragon in there, which I finally had to break down and cut some to take in the house. But we'll start walking. And on my list of things to do today, we have to get in and check the bees. I've been on the Gluffable Beak, so we'll get in there and check them and see where they're at. The goats still have not been fed. They're not screaming yet, so I gave them a big bunch of hay before I went to bed last night, so they should be good. And here we have my hotness of an asparagus bed, which again, other things took priority, and I just gotta get in here and clean that out. This will be the second year we've had it planted, so we're almost to where we can harvest off of it. I picked up while I was at the store yesterday some rutabaga, or not rutabaga, shoot. I'll think of it here in a minute. Shoot. You eat it with strawberries. Anyway, and so back here I've done a second planting of my eggplants because the ones I had up front fell prey to flea beetles. So I just kind of let them go, move them up to a different area of the garden. And so those other eggplants are going to be what's called a trap crop. You just let the bugs have them, plant some elsewhere, and it's a natural form of pest control. And then you can see here my cabbage, which I'm kind of sad. Not because my cabbage are doing well, but I had 2 ducks, adult ducks, that would come back here. And ducks love slugs, so they had kept my cabbage so clean. So clean. Well, then a fox got these ducks. And you can tell, because I'm getting holes in my cabbage. This was a bed of lettuce. It didn't do too well, so I'm replanting. I've got a couple spots back here. I'm gonna replant. So we'll walk back here and see what's going on. Here we have Royal Burgundy and Cherokee wax beans. They're doing well. Nothing set yet. And up, I can see a deer has been in my garden and topped my beans. So I'm gonna have to get some net around here. That's awesome. So it might be a little longer before they set beans. Here we have some of my French cantaloupe. I think these are the Noir de la Creme, something of that nature. And then my corn is almost knee-high by the 4th of July, folks. But this is a hybrid. This is the Bodacious. I just picked it up locally. Just doing well. I've got some Mexican sunflower and sunflowers planted in here, so those will look pretty coming up. And back here we have my triple crop. We've got some spinach hanging in there. It's a little too warm for the spinach right now. And then squash. These might be the scalloped. And then more. These are volunteer sunflowers. And then I can't remember what this variety of tomato was. But I've counted. I've got at least 50, probably well over 50 tomato plants going this year. I'm still trying to stake them all up. We've hit that time of year where they're growing, and that's all I'm doing is tying tomatoes. But I don't mind. So my blueberries are starting to ripen, which that's fun. Our shrubs still aren't quite big enough to get a huge harvest off of, but we get snacks. You can see right down there, nice blue. And they're so big and so sweet. I just love them. And then along here I've got herbs just to fill in until the blueberries establish. And I've also got some lingonberry. But this all needs weeded too. You can see my lavender there and sage. And then this side, I just planted some more blueberries, and these are going to get an underplanting where I have lingonberry on the other side. These are going to get some cranberry. So that'll be fun. I don't know if you guys can hear or not, but allergy season is in full swing. So getting out here and working in the heat, not being able to breathe, it's been a slow go. So I'm really chill about my garden this year. Like I said before, I had done a couple years of trying to market garden. It just wasn't my thing. Not my vibe. I do want to share my food, just I don't know how yet. But I have some ideas, and so that's what this year has kind of been about. I have all kinds of dreams and goals for my farm. They generally seem financially infeasible, but this year I'm trying to take the attitude of, you know, if you want it, you do it. And so that's what I'm doing. That's the, you know, duck house built from found objects and whatnot. Just do it. Figure out a way to do it. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm building infrastructure for this dream. Some of you have heard that I have for my little 4 acres. So that's what this year's been about. It's been really fun. I'm having fun with my garden and my animals, and I'm not stressed out about what's growing and what's not growing. And oddly enough, you know, when you're chill about it, things just seem to do better. Anyway, so we'll keep walking. But you can see here, I've got my nasturtium and calendula. I try to keep it edible down in this garden. Not all of it, but most of it. And then you can see here, these are my little 4th of July saladette tomatoes. And I've pulled a couple off, but you can see there's a couple more starting to get their color. And then broccoli will be shooting up soon. It's doing well, and I've gotten a couple cucumbers. These are actually supposed to be lemon. I got my labels mixed up. I think they're just the burpless. And then in here, I had planted some lima beans. They didn't come up. There's some zinnias and stuff that are going to fill in. And I've got crazy dill coming up everywhere in my garden. And let's walk. We'll walk back towards the little seating area, because this area is just taken off and I love it so much. Again, with the melons though, I just need too shaded. They're growing slowly. But more of the French cantaloupes. But what I wanted to show you are all the bachelor's buttons and the barrage that's going on back here. Look at that. How pretty. And then down at the end here, we've got some sunflowers and more bachelor's buttons. But on this outside border, I'm trying to do a perennials. And then as we get up towards the front, we get back into, there's a whole other row of blueberries. So, and then if we look down, My chamomile is just thriving. And I need to get down here and do another cutting off of it. I've been horrible about it. A friend stopped by yesterday and asked if she could cut it, and I just laughed. I'm like, seriously, take as much as you want. So, more tomatoes, doing well. I have, on the upside of everything that's going on this year, I have noticed, compared to years past, my pest pressure has been really, really low. I mean, everything has just been so easy. Once I got it in the ground, of course, we had all the rain and cold, but after that, and then right here, and this is the difference, you can see in amended soil and non-amended soil. I had gotten a little more compost towards this end, and you can see my squash back there just taking off, and we'll walk down this bed. Same squash, same variety, just not, you know, soil wasn't amended as well. See, and my soil is just, it's not soil at this point, I think it's just dirt. We're working on it though. Pan around to the trees and go back down here. But this bed needs some amending. That's peppers, more tomatoes. I had gotten all my tomatoes tied up, or so I thought, and I look over and I see this whole other little row that I have yet to tie up. Get my tiller out outside. I was finishing this. This is going to get planted today. But this is going to be winter squash, corn. I'm going to do some more beans. I just haven't gotten around to it. We've had ducks and stuff going on. And of course, just to be honest, here's my mess of stuff that didn't make it in the ground. Probably won't make it in the ground. It's now dying. There's some herbs I'm going to try to salvage in there. But more tomatoes, more squash. We've got okra and that little space right there. Trying to come up. And swing back around. We've got some crimson watermelon in these rows with the calendula, nasturtium, and cucumber there. Blended in. And here we have, this is a hybrid bell. Pepper, just a green. That's doing well. And more cucumbers. I think this is actually the lemon that was supposed to go. And there are fruit on them. It's not quite ripe. Lemons seem to take a little longer than other cucumbers to ripen. I don't know why they're smaller fruit. It makes no sense. And you can see my cherry tomatoes are taking off. And I'll tell you what, I was so happy this morning. I come out, and so the beginning of the season, I think it was early May. Usually in this area, we're in zone 6A, I believe. Yeah, we're 6A in southwest Ohio. And normally I can plant the first week of May. That's not usually our frost-free date. Our frost-free date is like a week later. They tell you around here after Mother's Day. But anyway, I'm usually alright the first week of May. I have done like mid-March before, just depending. But the first week of May is usually golden for me. So I went ahead and I planted a tray of these specialty like cherry tomatoes I got, because I had this dream of having these bowls of all kinds of different cherry tomatoes, and mention why it's one of my favorite things. So yeah, I planted this tray of these artisan tomatoes, is what they are. And then it froze. It froze so hard. I covered them. I did everything I could. They were gone. They were gone. And I was like, crap. There goes my dream. There goes my dream. But then I come down here this morning, and I'll walk over here. Which, mind you, I planted so many cherry tomatoes. I had those varieties I just mentioned, which look like a bumblebee. They're like striped little cute tomatoes. I had one called a sweet aperitif. I had the sun gold, or sun sugar, and then just like a standard red. I had a lot of varieties. Anyway, thought I killed the artisan ones. Come down here this morning, and looky here. Ah, those are not regular cherry tomatoes. Look at that. I'm so excited. So apparently, and I knew I had planted a lot of them, but apparently I think I had a whole other tray that I hadn't put in the ground. So There's for small miracles. So anyway, yay. We'll walk down here. So yeah, the last couple days I've been going through just trying to catch up on weeds. I had been distracted by the duck barn. I'll let this get away from me. We're starting to catch up. Like I said, tying up tomatoes. So many. These are Paul Robeson. And then I think my black from Tula. Right here. Yes, that is where my little goat got its name. For those of you who don't know, my little doe had 4 little baby goats. We sold 2 of them, kept a buck, which we weathered, Barnaby, and a doe, Tula. She was the only doe out of 4. And here we have, this had been another row of blackberries. Not a lot of them did well. Again, I was late planting. And we've got some bee balm, just different pollinator friendly things in here. And then we'll walk back up and you can see my weedy weeds. And an issue I've been having this year, I don't know why. Oh, again, we're getting no grapes because I didn't cut them back like I was supposed to and treat them for whatever issues going on with them. No disappointment, I'm not surprised at this point. But my strawberries need weeded. They didn't do great this year. I didn't get a whole lot of berries. It was just the funky weather. But I did get a few, so. Rhubarb! Rhubarb, that's what I bought. So there it is. And I think what I'm going to do, this has been a bed. It's growing in so bad now. Clear it out, and then that's going to be a second strawberry bed. I may even take this path out and just make this a big strawberry patch. But my rhubarb is going down here, because that made sense to me. This all needs weeded. This is just part of a little, what's going to be a cottage garden. I planted a bunch of stuff here, and my mom, and this is the problem I'm having. Lantana keeps dying on me. It's supposed to be drought tolerant. I've grown it in the past very successfully, and I can't this year. But then I know I've got something going on with my plants, and I don't know if it's overspray from some pesticide. But I've had a hydrangea bite it. I've got a plum tree you'll see up here biting it. But you can see my echinacea varieties coming up there. I don't know what's going on, so I'll try to figure that out today. But you can see this bronze fennel that just gets bigger and bigger every year. I love it. And then work our way down here, of course, but see, look at this plum. They wilted, and I don't know why. I do not know why. There's 2 other plums here that are fine. Look at those hollyhocks. The other friend that stopped by yesterday saw those. Oh my god, those are the most glorious hollyhocks I've ever seen. And they really are, you guys. They're pretty special. So working our way back up here through my pears. Still need to trim that guy. He's getting a little wild at the top, a little top heavy. We'll get to it. That one I cleaned out a bunch. I'm not counting on much fruit this year because of the weather. And this peach tree needs trimmed in a bad way. But bees are doing well. Like I said, I need to get in there and check on them today. It's on my to-do list. You can see my apple trees taking off. Not too much longer on those guys. Have some fruit. But I'll show you my hydrangea, and then I'm gonna have me some more coffee. I'll show you this every year that the weather's bad, but I got this one little peach, single peach, clinging on there. Where are you, dude? I don't know if you can make it. There he is. Anyway, that's sweet. Which, I mean, the weeds might be part of it, but they're milkweed, and I want my monarchs, so I love them. And look at my poor hydrangea. It's been here since we bought the house and done beautifully, and it just wilted. So I don't know, but I'm going to clean this whole space out this fall anyway. Plants need thinned out, obviously, and resorted, so anyway, that is the garden on this Sunday morning. I hope you enjoyed. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. That's my other to-do. I've got to go make some potato salad and get up to my father's later on this evening. Meet my brother and cook out. So anyway, thank you for joining me. And have a wonderful day. Bye.